United 2, Everton 2, and concerned, yes, with that performance. Positives, negatives, it was a wash with both. Lots of stuff to get through in that game there, but I mean, I think it was a disappointing end to what has been a good tour for Manchester United. They obviously clinch the summer series, but I think there is some worrying signs within that performance that will remind a lot of Manchester United fans about what happened last season. A lot of individual errors, a lot of individual mistakes on the ball. Decision making was off for Manchester United. We got off to a sharpish start. The game was frenetic. It was fearsome. It was highly competitive. I'll give it that for a friendly. That's what that was there. But for United to lose the lead twice in that game, with the mistakes that were happening and the way we played, I think that's the concerning part of it. Manchester United lifting the trophy, that's fine, that's great. But again, it just seems like all the work that was done over the last few weeks on tour, the good performances against West Ham, the great performance against Bournemouth, the intensity in which United played in them games was there in part, but I think it was overcooked in that game against Everton. I think we tried too hard in a way. We were trying to impress too much. We didn't know when to take the foot off the gas. We didn't know when to take the sting out of the game. We didn't know how to calm the game down. It was just constantly non-stop throughout. Mistakes, errors, through trying to force the play. United showed some fantastic moments in that game, particularly in the first half. The interchange between Bruno, Cunha and Bumo and Ahmad was everything that every Manchester United fan wants to see. Exciting times ahead, yes, but concerning times ahead as well alongside it. Defensively, I thought we looked shaky tonight. A clear sign that Manchester United need a goalkeeper. I think that was clear. There was indecisiveness with Bayindir again. I'm not blaming him for any of the goals. I thought he made a mistake which could have cost United a goal, where he just pushed the free kick away from Ghana, which should have led to a goal for Everton. And in the end, Manchester United could probably count themselves lucky that they didn't lose that game. There was a lot wrong with Man United's performance. And RUBEN AMORIM, I've not listened to what he said after the game yet, but just them words that came out of Ruben's mouth at half-time when speaking to the cameras, when he said that Manchester United were too slow out. Minor little details in Manchester United's game that is causing them problems. And in the Premier League, we know that is going to be punished. On the opening day against Arsenal, that will be punished. Them stupid little errors. Players to look out for in that game in a wrong way. I think Dalot was poor. He shows why Manchester United cannot play him at right wing back next season. Very limited going forward. Very negative going forward. Alright defender, but alright isn't going to cut it for Manchester United this season. This is a man that's part of Manchester United's leadership group, or so-called leadership group that Ruben has created at the club. One of the senior players now at United that just honestly just doesn't do it for me. I just don't think he's got enough to his game to bring what Ruben wants from it. Ahmad on the right wing-back position, I think he's nailed down for this season coming. There has been some good points from this tour, which will be that certain players have clearly shone above others and need to be playing in this team. Ahmad over Dalot is a clear one for me as well. He needs to figure out which centre-back three he wants, which he will do, and that will come when obviously he settles in to the season. He's obviously in pre-season going to try everybody out, and that's what we do need to remember here as well. Lots of changes, lots of mixing around. Team was different again from the previous two games, and we do have to bear that in mind when we're trying to dissect a performance from Manchester United. It's not like this is the same old that we've been seeing week in, week out in the league, because there is a lot of changes, new faces, integration with new players that play a part in poor performances as well. But the individual mistakes that were there tonight were the worrying sign for me, which a lot of fans are just going to come back and say, well, this is what we were doing last season. And we was. Manuel Ugarte strolling out of the box like he's got all the time in the world and then getting tackled. It was no one communicating to him at all there when he was trying to run out with the ball. There was a simple pass on to Cunha outside of the box for Ugarte to play, but no, he got a little bit ahead of himself, thinking that he could take it more, and he got found out. that intensity is going to start creeping back in. I think we've avoided it with other teams not being as fit as us in this pre-season tour. But Everton, now a few games in themselves, are looking a lot sharper as well. And this is by no means a strong Everton side that have really gone at Manchester United tonight. Agate got caught cold. That's another concern for me. The midfield tonight, overrun, and Everton won the battle in midfield. I thought Mainu and Agate way off where we need them to be. And a lot of United fans will be concerned looking at that and thinking, few weeks left in the transfer window, United need to go and invest in a midfielder. That, I think, is going to be a lot of the conversation around Manchester United's United fans going into these last few weeks of the window. Again, going forward, the striker, like Cunha, was all right, but I prefer him playing in his natural role alongside Mbumo. Good debut for Mbumo, showed some good moments. United transitioned the ball very, very quickly. It was good in bits, but not consistent enough today. The good, the bad and the ugly of Bruno Fernandes was another poor point for me in this game there. The petulance and the friendly to be kicking out and fighting on the halfway line while his defenders are all scrambling around and conceding a goal, an own goal, which came off two Man United defenders before it hit the back of the bleeding net. Bruno involved in both the goals, and again, that's the good side of Bruno, but he needs to find a position for Bruno and not play him all over the place for me. That's just my opinion on that, and obviously get into the comment section and let me know on that one. We need a striker, like I said, with Cunha playing there today. What's going to happen with Benjamin Sesko? Clearly, I think Mason Mount will play a role in this season as well. Great off the bench again today. I thought he was United's best player in the second half. Showed promise again, and fully fit Mason Mount will be a weapon for Manchester United. He really will. But overall, Manchester United, again, we've not lost a game. We're unbeaten in pre-season after 4 games. 2 draws, 2 defeats, and again, I don't want to sound overly negative because it is pre-season and the chopping and changing and nothing settled in. But players should not be making stupid individual mistakes. They should be picking the better passes, understanding where the game is and understanding to take the sting out of the game. We're just worried that this is going to creep into our game again going into the season because we've seen it before. So it's not being negative. It's not being a big downer on what has been a good tour for Manchester United. There are more positives than negatives overall within the US tour for me. But that performance will remind a lot of Manchester United fans of what this team's limitations are and where the mental state is in this team. RUBEN AMORIM will be absolutely livid with that performance. Some big players had poor games there today. And I think that's the biggest concern of all. We can use it. We've got one more pre-season game. We've got a bit of time to fix things. Obviously, we're back into Manchester tomorrow now. And obviously, we can start working on things on the training ground properly again and start knuckling down because the season is less than 2 weeks away now. That start against Arsenal is coming fast. And United need to be a lot better prepared than where we are now. I think against Fiorentina next Saturday, we're going to see the Manchester United starting lineup and where United are going with this team under RUBEN AMORIM, what we're going to see at the start of the season. We need a striker, we need a midfielder, and we need a goalkeeper. I think that's one thing that's been made very, very clear about what's happened through this tour, and in particular, this last game here has been a bit of a dampener on what has been a good week for Manchester United, a good couple of weeks anyway. But that's it. Another pre-season tour done for United, and now it's back to the main business. One more friendly to go, and welcoming back De Gea. But tonight, more concerns than positives overall is how I see it. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Give me your thoughts. Again, give the video a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button that's up on your screen as well. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you all first thing in the morning with all the Manchester United transfer updates as always.